The following program will never judge you. We know that you almost certainly do some pretty stupid things. Maybe you tap the lit elevator button so that the elevator knows that now you are ready for it to come, and you mean business. Perhaps you smack your remote control to get that sucker to work. Or even if you pack so many sets of underwear for a 3-day trip that you seem ridiculously worried you will go code brown worse than any human in history. Whatever your deal, it ain't our business. We don't judge. So hit subscribe and smash that like button like they're a defective iPad. The following program is about to begin. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the following program. I'm your host, Joe Neerman, a.k.a. Good Lawgic. Hope your Memorial Day was exceptional. Maybe you got together with family. Maybe you had a barbecue. Maybe you just sat back and chilled. Me, I actually am falling under the weather a little bit. You're likely to see me grab tissues at some point here, as I almost certainly caught something that Lady Lawgic has been fighting for like a week or so. So, it might sound like I have a code. It might sound a little bit at times like I have a code, but the show must go on accordingly. As it's May, it's that time of year. It's that time of year when graduates are coming out. They're coming out of the woodworks. People are graduating from high school. They're graduating from kindergarten. They're graduating from college. Now, since it's 2024, we have, I don't even know what gen they are. Gen Z, Gen Zoomer, Gen Millennial, Gentlewomen, some gen is out there. And they are graduating with honors. And when I was graduating, we graduated with majors. That's what we had. Take a major, maybe a minor. That would be like, you have your core studies, and then you would have the areas you would focus on. For example, in undergraduate school, I was actually a finance major. Yes, believe it or not, I thought I might go into business one day. Silly, Joe. Silly, man. Well, today they don't have majors. Apparently, I'm going to graduate from the prestigious institution of New York University. You have concentrations. Concentrations, they say. That's what they call them. Concentrations. What does that even mean? What is a concentration? I assume this is in place of having a major. That being said, let's see how well these fine young gentlewomen decide to prepare themselves to make themselves economic opportunists by their chosen concentration.
My name is Jacob, and my concentration is environmental science and sustainable business.
Environmental science and sustainable business. Yes, that means barrister. Environmental science. I did a whole term paper on Greta Thunberg. I'm important. I'm ready for the world.
Hi, my name is Lex, and my concentration is the performance of self.
I spent a year and a half trying to figure out how to push my psyche to the next level. The performance of self. She's a specialist in the performance of self. This is what she spent almost certainly a couple $100,000 earning. She might have gotten, I don't know. Could be that she had some sort, I don't know Lex. No idea who Lex is. Maybe she got some sort of grant or something like that. But assuming she paid the average college tuition in 4 years, she almost surely invested $200,000 to $250,000 to figure out how to perform. She must be a specialist in this.
Hi, I'm Gabrielle. My concentration is creative direction, production, and narrative through the arts.
So that actually sounds to me like a real, that could be something. That could be something. Let's hear that one again. This one actually sounds, to be fair, But that's something.
Hi, I'm Gabrielle. My concentration is creative
Creative
direction,
direction,
production, and narrative through the arts.
and narrative through the arts. Okay. All right. Narrative through the arts. Maybe she's going to be some sort of set designer or something, I guess. Okay.
Performance and written word.
Hi.
That actually sounds like I guess that you could do something with that if you get, you're working in theater, I guess. All right, I wish her well.
Hi, my name is Karina Gomez, and my concentration is in journalism and Latin American studies with an emphasis in human rights.
Of course. With an emphasis in human rights. Of course, because this is someone who's very determined to change the world and has been ever since she was in 10th grade. So she's very excited about that she's going to fix the world because of her emphasis in human rights.
It's collective memory.
Oh, collective memory. You know what that is? That's revisionist history. That's right, collective memory and political violence. This is definitely, oh my God. She's joining Hamas next week. She got the kafia. She's all ready to go. She's ready to go.
And political violence.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Lee, and I studied the sociology of environmental communication.
Sociology of environment. I spent 4 years getting wasted. That's what that is. Sociology of environmental communication. I spent 4 years getting wasted while my dad paid for college.
Hi, my name is Reed, and I study music business and gender studies.
Music business and gender studies. Yes. This is basically, I hung out with a bunch of queer kids and listened to like basically depressing rock music. Well, probably not rock, probably whatever new age stuff. That's what I'm assuming this has to be that, right? That has to be that.
Hi, my name is Dominique, and I studied care politics with a minor in
Care politics. Oh, so I have dreams of working as some sort of lobbyist and basically promoting all these different things where we take money from one group of people and give them to another group of people. I'm a communist. That's my study. My study is how to be an effective communist.
disability studies.
My name is Elliot Wright, and my concentration is art as a social mechanism.
Art as a social mechanism. I spent 4 years learning how to meme. That's essentially what it is. I saw after the 2020 election all those jokes which were like the left can't meme. And I said, no, I'm going to create art as a social mechanism. Oh my God. That's good. Target's hiring.
Hi, I'm Georgia, and my concentration is dramatic writing and theatrical adaptation.
Okay, so this could be like, a wannabe playwright. I don't know her skills. Maybe she's very skilled. Dramatic writing and theatrical. I guess she wants to be a playwright. I actually can understand that. That I can understand. I don't know that college is the best place to learn that rather than some sort of workshop. But I can at least understand someone trying to sell that this is what I want to do, is I want to be a playwright. Okay. That one I'm not making fun of.
My name is Noah Loyacano, and my concentration is equilibrium or negotiated paradox.
Equilibrium or negotiated paradox. Negotiated paradox. He just likes saying that because no one knows what the hell that means. Everyone's like, oh, what are you studying at NYU? Oh, I'm studying negotiated paradox. Are you now? Wow. Negotiated paradox. Interesting. How's that working? Oh, I love it. Let me tell you something. All those paradoxes I'm constantly negotiating. I'm trying to figure out whether God can make a rock that he can't destroy. Trying to figure out if someone's moving at the speed of light, whether they can see their reflection. I'm negotiating my way through there. I actually looked this one up because I was like, he totally made that up. Those are just two words that he's like, oh, this sounds cool. Negotiated equilibrium. Equilibrium is basically the name of the gym that he basically hangs out and checks out dudes. But I don't know what a negotiated paradox. I didn't know what a negotiated paradox was. I actually looked this up because I was so curious. This is what they say. It's a theory that states that bargaining power is determined by the other party's dependence on it, not one's own dependence on the other party. So it's how to sell, I guess. Theory implies that to gain power, one must make the other party dependent on them. This theory can lead to four paradoxes, including the idea that tactics with short-term benefits can reduce the user's power in the long term. I guess you can turn that into marketing. I don't know. I'm trying to help these kids. I'm trying to play like like a guidance counselor here for them.
Hi, my name is Sophie Lopez, and my concentration is titled Queering and Decolonizing Theater Practice.
Oh, yes. Oh, the winner of them all. This is something that people are going to be paying you a lot of money for that specialty. Let me tell you something. Queering and decolonizing theater practice. This is something the world needs a lot more of these. It's thank God, because it's really just like last month. I was thinking to myself, wow, you know what my channel really needs? I need someone who's a specialist in queering and decolonizing theater practice. There's too few of them. There's too few of them. And thank God NYU is producing people. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Oh my God. Queering and decolonizing theater practice.
Yes. Hi, my name is Maya, and my concentration is journalism, post-colonial studies, and psychoanalysis.
Journalism, post-colonial. Everything is post-colonial. Oh, they're so enlightened. Look how enlightened she is with her little kfiyah there. Oh, it's post-colonial studies. Oh, because we just had colonialization. This has been happening everywhere all the time. Everything is colonialist.
Hi, I'm Eloise. I'm graduating with a concentration in philosophy of science and
Philosophy of science. What is the philosophy of to me, science is like, okay, if you drop an egg from a building, it's gonna smash. Like engineering is, there's no philosophy of engineering. There's no philosophy. I don't even understand. Is that a thing? Is that a thing?
theater.
My name is Amina, and my concentration is titled The Criminal Mind, which is surrounded on criminology and applied psychology.
I guess she has dreams. She saw CSI. She's very excited.
Hi, my name is Juliana. My concentration is international business and fashion through
Sustainable development. See, until she said that last part there, I was like, okay, you know what? International business and fashion. Okay, so she has, high aspirations that she's going to be working for Prada or something like that. And, she's going to be working in France or in Italy or something like that. So that sounds like a major. But then she has to finish it.
fashion through sustainable development.
Through sustainable development. What does that even mean? I don't know what sustainable development means.
Yay!
I don't know what that means. But yes. So if you were worried that we didn't have enough people who have practical application in their studies to be running the world, the millennials are here. They are here. They're ready to go. They're fresh out of school. They're ready to perform. All right. I gotta start with this. Eric Sean, first and foremost. Thank you for the generous super chat. Joe is a longtime member and a fan. I'd like to offer some unsolicited advice, which is something everyone is always hoping for unsolicited advice. The long rants are probably a contributing factor to your increased new followership, not some government conspiracy. The long rants, or maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? I don't know what qualifies as a long rant. Well, look, I appreciate the generous contribution there. So I just think of rants rather than long rants because I don't know what can make something a long rant. I mean that sincerely. I don't know whether that means like something that goes on for more than 3 minutes. I don't know what that means. But so I decided, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Like something that goes on for more than 3 minutes. You could be right. So I decided to create a poll. And here we go. Do long rants hurt Joe's growth? Yes. Or I'm only here for the rants, or rants enhance but not an essential, or cut them back a little, not entirely. So there you go. There's your poll. You invested in trying to give me some guidance. There you go. There you go. We'll see. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you, my brother. King of Recruitment, Master Phillips, disciple number 7. Who did you bring in here? Who'd you bring in here? Who'd you bring in? Let me see who he brought. La 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 la. Oh, come on. Really? Doesn't go back far enough? Well, if you were gifted a membership courtesy of Master Phillips, I'm going to ask that you please make sure that you express your gratitude to him for the gift that he bestowed upon you. And I'm going to say to you, welcome to the following. What's the following? I don't even know what the following is. Is that some kind of... No, it's not. It's not at all. It's not at all kind of... It's not. I'm not even going to use the C word, okay? The following is just a group of like-minded folks who are interested in personal growth, community, unity, maybe some leadership training. Not at all a C word. Not at all, okay? I don't even like the C, because when I say it, then people think I'm not really serious. If I just refer to it as being like the C word, it's like I'm saying to you like this. It's not at all a C word type of C word. Not at all. Not at all. And I am not the leader of the following. Say it with me. Joe is not the leader of the following. I don't know how much clearer I can be about this, because so many people say, oh, I'll hail the leader. No, I just told you I am not the leader of the following. So please make sure you keep that straight. And welcome to the following. May personal growth be a part of you. Why do you wear University of Cal? Oh, why do I wear this shirt? When I was in California, I saw it, and I was like, I like the shade of blue. I just like the color. I was with Lady Lawgic when we went to California a couple years back. A couple of summers ago, my birthday, I was there with Lady Lawgic, and we had a great time. And I don't know, at one point we were shopping, and I was like, I like that shirt. So I just it was before anyone was talking about Ukraine. I only noticed now the Ukrainian element to the colors, although I guess it's a lighter blue. But yeah, that's why. I was like, I spent a long time trying to figure out the right look for this show. Okay. I went through a myriad of different looks that I was trying to figure out what is the right vibe, because how you dress is going to lend a certain atmosphere to the show. So I like the idea of having a jacket, but I don't want to feel stuffed. I don't want it to feel stuffed, but I want my audience to know that I'm going to take it seriously, which is why I like to wear the jacket. But at the same time, I don't want it to feel like kind of like choky, kind of like, so like that's why I was like, you know what, maybe that whole 90s thing with like the shirt on top of like a shirt type of thing is actually the right. And one night I was wearing that and I was like, I like it. This is the right feel. It's the right feel, which means I need t-shirts. So there you go. You guys didn't realize that the whole you thought the hat was just, no, the whole branding is like that I basically wear layers like a mannequin. That's essentially what I am. I'm like basically a mannequin here, like displaying clothing, and so much so that most of them still have the price tags on them. But yeah, so that's this thought. Joe, when I graduated, I had a major and a concentration. Really? I majored in applied physics with a concentration in engineering physics. See, that sounds like the sort of thing that you might be able to use. I don't know. I assume you've succeeded in using it because you have $5 just tossed away in a super chat here. So I assume you didn't end up as a barrister. I'm just guessing. I don't know. So, but I didn't know they called it concentrations. I'm so old that we had majors and minors. I don't know. Remember, they got tuition reimbursement from Brandon. Yep, they sure did. Big Red Snake. This may be a little awful to say, but college girls are damn ugly now. These people, of course, they weren't free university because they can't afford to pay for it when they get out. They're mad. They're concentrating in gender studies and music. Now pay for the student loan forgiveness, please. Yeah, that's what we need to do. Should decolonize many buffets. It looks like college is a big stinky dinosaur. Poop. I don't even know. Do they also learn to make espresso? Sustainable development is code language for look at me, I'm one of the good ones. Yeah, I think that's what it is. As opposed to, oh, you're going to be one of those stupid, you're going to be all about yourself with your international business and your fashion because you're like the pretty one in the group. I'm guessing. Joe, your Trump gag lawsuit got a shout out Megyn Kelly show. 2030 mark of this episode met Cohen's credibility issues. Get out. From her? Now I gotta see. Now I'm curious. Megyn Kelly. Let's see what you did. Here's what I got. Michael Cohen lying on the stand, hammered, hearing the case. She did a lot of Michael Cohen. Question on cross-examination.
Welcome to the Megyn Kelly Show.
All right, 2030. Oh, it's Viva Fry. Yeah. That I've seen before, I think. Because Viva's awesome.
Judicial and so absolutely irrelevant to the underlying theory of the case, the underlying felony. And a shout out, by the way, to this guy named Joe Neerman, Megyn, you might not know him. Joe Neerman, good Lawgic, a New York attorney who's trying to lift the gag on Donald Trump with the not so novel but pretty obvious argument that the gag on Trump doesn't just violate his First Amendment rights, it violates all of ours because we have the right to hear what he has to say.
Dersh has been saying that too.
Yeah, but Dersh has done jack all. Dersh has been saying it. Filed. Dersh has been saying that. This is so. Dirk's been doing a lot of talking. Who cares if Dirk's been saying it? I appreciate calling that to my attention. Wish I never knew how much thought went into your image. Did I ruin it? Did I ruin it? Did I ruin it? Joe, I'm 41, retired from the military using the GI Bill. I'm majoring in international politics with a concentration in national security. You see, that also sounds like something that you sort of have a plan. You have a plan. There's a plan. That's a plan. I don't know. Have you seen college graduates tearing their diplomas up on stage after receiving them? Not at all surprising, because why would you appreciate it when you haven't paid anything for them? You don't earn it. You sit there sleeping through your school years, and then they gift it to you. You don't appreciate it. So I'm not at all surprised. Hey, to me, I was political science minor. That's when I learned that polls can be made to say whatever you want them to say. Yeah. Joe is going to the Sheldon Cooper House of Fashion route. I'll keep up the good work, Joe. Don't eat some bugs. They will eat you anyway. Keep up the good work. Don't eat some bugs. They will eat you anyway. I don't know the Sheldon Cooper House of Fashion route. I don't know what that means, but all right. So I got that out of the way. I didn't expect to spend that long on that little bit there, but can't go back in time and fix it. So that's where we're at. Next segment. Gage Grosskreutz was in the news today, sharing some of his thoughts. You might recall Gage Grosskreutz is the man who had his arm vaporized, courtesy of Kyle Rittenhouse on that hectic, that crazed night in Kenosha, Wisconsin. His words, not mine, when his arm got vaporized, courtesy Kyle Rittenhouse. And he was the one who was on the stand on cross-examination, where he admitted that Kyle did not shoot him until he trained his gun on Kyle first. That was the landmark moment of the birth, genesis of what people today call YouTube. Well, Gage Grosskreutz at that time had long hair, long locks. He looked like your classic hippie. His whole look has changed. Apparently, I guess he's not doing too well. He decided I got to go incognito. You wouldn't recognize him today. You wouldn't recognize him. That's him right there. That's him right there. Just to give you an idea as to how different he looks. I mean, seriously, the hair is exactly the opposite of what it looked like. On what was it, August 20th, 2020? This was Gage Grosskreutz right here. Didn't want that. This was him over here. Now look at him. Apparently now he's armed with a razor. I'm going to tell you, if he wanted people to recognize him because things went well for him, probably would have kept the hair. Just speculating. I'm just speculating. He wouldn't have gone Mr. Clean with it. I think he's all Walter White or something. But here he is, making his statement, making his badass statement. Listen to Gage Grosskreutz.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us here on this lovely afternoon. My name is Paul Prediger. Many of you know me as Gage Grosskreutz.
What? What? I didn't see this version of it. Paul Prediger? He changed his name to from Gage Grosskreutz to Paul Prediger? What? 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 Who changes their name to something that sounds like Paul Predator? Why would someone do that? Why would someone change their name to something that sounds like they're a predator? I don't even understand. I never even heard that part before. Oh my God. This changes the context of everything I know about this video.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us here on this lovely afternoon. My name is Paul Prediger. Many of you know me as Gage Grosskreutz.
Wow. Wow. Wow, that's great. That's great.
On August 25th, 2020, Kyle Rittenhouse shot me in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
So that you would not kill him.
Since November 2021, I've chosen to remain silent and not speak publicly regarding Kyle Rittenhouse and the events surrounding that night, preferring my anonymity and safety over revisiting a traumatic period in my life
where I get my arm vaporized after I tried killing and failed to kill Kyle Rittenhouse.
But that silence ends today.
Oh.
Well, I've simply tried to live my life and not relive those moments.
Changing my name to something that makes me sound like I'm the worst groomer imaginable.
Kyle Rittenhouse has taken a different path. He has used every moment to gloat and to make light of taking life.
He has not made light of taking life. No, he has not. Anyone's actually watching, this is the worst gaslighting ever by Paul Prediger. Paul Prediger.
As if that were not enough, Kyle has embraced and been embraced by those who peddle hateful rhetoric.
Oh, the hateful rhetoric. The hateful rhetoric folks are coming on out for Kyle.
Who believe in nationalism.
Ooh, nationalism. They believe in our country. Can you believe they believe in nationalism?
Excludes those who do not look like or think like them.
No. Classic gaslighting, like a typical leftist. You haven't learned anything. Yeah, your arm was shaved off, but...
And who have sought to amplify a troubling desire for violence against supposed political, cultural, and religious enemies.
There's no violence. There's no call for violence. The Ultra MAGA is coming to get us. They're coming to get us.
I am not here today at Kent State to sell you a book that somebody else wrote or a full body armor military kit that I didn't design, or a subscription to an anti-woke payment processor, or to sell you the lies of BLM.
Because, wait, you're here to sell the lies of BLM. That's why you're here. That's why you were in Kenosha, was to sell the lies of BLM. That's why you were there. Please be here to challenge him to a duel. Please, this is what America needs in the 21st century. Challenge him to a duel. Oh my God. Just do it. Challenge him to a duel. I wish he would go like, "Whap-hap, I challenge you to a duel." I mean, even back in olden times when it was fashionable, "Whap-hap, I challenge you to a duel." They had a gunfight after that. Someone got to go. That's what we need here. Gaige. Sorry, Mr. Predator, please challenge Kyle to a duel. That's what you need to do. Like maybe it's a do-over.
That speaker is across campus today, and his name is Kyle Rittenhouse.
Oh, his name is Kyle Rittenhouse. Apparently he didn't have to change his name afterwards. He didn't have to change it. Apparently he changed it legally. Oh my God. Yeah, apparently he didn't have to. I wonder why would that be, Gaige? I guess maybe he felt like Gaige. It's like, 12, it's like basically everyone's like, what happened to your arm, 12 Gage? Oh my God. Who changes their name to Predator? Why would someone do something like that? The gayer version of Predator.
And for an extra $37, he'll even autograph his book for you.
He's a capitalist. And don't get me wrong, Kyle's probably a little bit of a dick, probably. Almost definitely. Probably. But But this guy whining about him, coming out of the closet to whine about him, after shaving his head, changing his name, and coming out of the closet to whine about Kyle Rittenhouse and boo-hooing about it. It's just, this is hilarious.
But what I am here to do is to stand with the students of Kent State who have had enough.
I notice how he uses his left arm, not his right.
Enough of Kyle and his rhetoric.
Enough of Kyle.
Enough of the celebration of loss of human life.
The celebration of a groomer who, a vicious, violent groomer who tried killing him that Kyle had to self-defend from. Enough of the successful self-defense.
Enough of the flawed logic that because a 17-year-old who shot me and killed 2 others with an illegally obtained firearm.
Nope, not illegally obtained. That's actually defamation.
An illegally carried firearm.
Nope, not illegally carried. You lost on that one too. Those charges were dismissed. You're literally just making, I came out after 4 years to tell you the worst lies ever. The most bald-faced, obvious lies that they're so bald-faced I had to shave my head in order to actually say these words out loud.
Is now somehow qualified to be a champion of gun rights. Enough of the sad fragility that proclaiming and accepting Black Lives Matter, because they do, somehow devalues or threatens white lives.
Can you believe it's 4 years later and someone's still saying Black Lives Matter? I mean, all the exposure as to how that entire movement was the most corrupt, self-interest benefiting zero black organizations. It rivals the Clinton Foundation in what a joke it is as far as actually benefiting anyone other than the people who are running it. And you sitting here like some loser with your new stupid predator name, with your new stupid, please don't know who I am, and okay, for purposes of this speech, I'll tell you who I am, and shaven head and coming out, and I'm not even going to take off my glasses here so people like don't take pictures of me and pretend it's not me later on, I guess. I don't know what his thought process is. And come on out here to basically tell you all these things that were debunked, all these claims about Kyle that were debunked years ago, and shill for this empty, fake charity that ripped off Black people more than anyone else.
Enough of the lies and the deceit that has been told by Kyle Rittenhouse for over 3 years about what actually happened in Kenosha, August 25th, 2020.
Oh, do tell. The guy who just 30 seconds ago said that it was illegally carried, illegally purchased. Both lies. Now you're going to set the record straight for us. All right, Gaige.
So I ask all of those of you who are interested to join me and these student organizers behind me and in this crowd to come to the Oscar Ritchie Hall for a hopefully enlightening teaching experience.
Enlightening teaching experience.
Because students deserve an alternative to the hate and division that Kyle Rittenhouse seeks.
So we're going to spread our own form of hate and division by basically going through this whole stupid BLM garbage and trying to promote DEI.
Just so on campus. And with that being said, I'm very thankful for my invitation here and being able to be amongst y'all. Thank you.
4 years and the dude learned nothing. 4 years, 4 years, a compelled haircut, a compelled name change to like one of the most terrifying names imaginable, and the dude learned nothing at all. Literally, he's actually somehow seems to have regressed. The same jackass that he was when he showed up at those BLM rallies and had his arm blown away. Unbelievable. Yes, that Grosskreutz. Ryan, does the cult do nepotism? My little brother's about to be a rich and famous author. Oh, congratulations. The first novel of his new series is going into print soon, but that means it's still free for 1 week. Bog Standard Isekai on Royal Road. Bog Standard Isekai. Bog Standard. I can help let's see what we got here. Bog standard isekai. I don't know what that is. On Royal Road. Oh, look at that. I guess you use your real name, Ryan. Because this guy's last name is also English. Miles English. Cool. Mark has been reincarnated into a dead town in a bog, one that has been recently rescued and recently destroyed and occupied by ravenous undead. They disappear every day and return again at night, mindless and hungry, hunting for any survivors. He'll need to use cunning and subterfuge to avoid them because since he was transported into the body of a child, he can't level up, at least not yet. Bog standard means totally normal, right? But for the small towns found in these bogs, there's no quick rescue and not much trade. Everything has to be made to last. To them, it means excellent quality. Mark will have to prove he's bog standard if he hopes to survive. It's an isekai of excellent quality. It's a progression fantasy set in lit RPG world, rags to riches with an eventual OP main character. Cool. Well, congratulations. That's very exciting. Good luck to Miles on the sales of his first book. You guys might want to check it out. I'm even going to put a link in. Why not? I can do that. I can do that. No one can stop me. Put a link in. Look at that. Bog standard isekai. All right. He went with Cholo Mexican. He looked pretty Arab in the arm photo. Man's good at LARPing at anything other than his race. Seriously. Sheldon wore 2 shirts a lot on the big. Oh, is that what you're saying? That was the Sheldon reference earlier that you made. The Sheldon Cooper House of Fashion room. All right, I got that. Because shaved heads have historically symbolized BLM. Hi, what's up? Ask the pinch gringo shot my arm. Dios mio. On the plus side, he got to know the stranger. I don't know that I know that reference. You got tired of people like me calling him Gaige. Oh, is that what it is? Thank you for the last Kyle. The bestest trigger control I've ever witnessed. Kyle's hesitancy was incredible. Just saying, it was. You're correct, Rachel. I, thou, thee, sir, meet me on the field of honor without desirous satisfaction. Joe, I challenge you to a duel. V Radio will ref. Oh, is that coming? Is that coming? Lucifer, how you doing, brother? He wanted his initials to be PP. What a terrible name. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, I guess it was maybe like douchebag wasn't available. Paul Prediger. Girl on the left isn't feeling it. I know. She wasn't feeling it. She's like, why we got this guy standing up for us at BLM rally? Kyle never heard of human, only commies. True. Black Lives MAGA. Nice. All right. Before we get into Trump, let's talk about the hot mess. Let's talk about the hot mess that is the Libertarian Party. So many of you know that Trump spoke before the Libertarian Party, and he asked them to nominate him. He did. It's true. Whoops, that's not what we wanted. He asked them to nominate him and was hit with a chorus of boos by the Libertarian Party. And I got to tell you, the guy has brass cojones for walking in there and even asking. He got brass cojones. So let's see what we got here.
The Libertarian Party should nominate Trump for President of the United States. Whoa.
Should nominate Trump for President of the United States. What?
That's nice. That's nice. Only if you want to win. Only if you want to win. Maybe you don't want to win.
Whether or not Trump converted anyone at the convention on Saturday is unclear, but his campaign...
Well, you know what did convince them to vote for Trump? You know what did convince them to vote for Trump? Oh my God, the Libertarian Party. Maybe they didn't want to nominate him. Perhaps they gave him a better gift. Perhaps they gave him a gift almost as good. Almost as good. Because in lieu of nominating Trump, they literally nominated this guy. This guy. Who's nominated for president of the Libertarian Party? This guy. Oh my God. There's two thumbs and thinks that's hilarious. This guy. I can't even believe they chose Chase Oliver to be the Libertarian Party presidential nominee. You probably don't know who Chase Oliver is. If you're not on Twitter, you almost certainly don't know who Chase Oliver is. But everyone on Twitter, none of us knew who he was, I don't know, 72 hours ago. But now we all know who he is. So let me spend a few minutes introducing you to who Chase Oliver is. It's not just this guy. Let's get another picture of him. Let's see what he really stands for. Let's see what he stands for. Oh, here's another one. This is Chase Oliver, just won the Libertarian presidential nomination. There you go. There you go. I defy you to find a picture of Chase Oliver that he's not wearing rainbow colors. I defy you. I defy you. Either that or else he wears this huge belt buckle, which makes him look like he's going to some dude farm or something like that. But I got more Chase Oliver for you so you can really get to know the dude. Here's the man. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Not wearing. Let's get his policies on the border, because he's a libertarian, right? You know, he's a libertarian. Every time you think the Libertarian Party might be the party for me, along comes a dude like Chase Oliver.
Hey folks, Chase Oliver here, candidate for president with the Libertarian Party, and I am in Nogales, Arizona, and behind this fence and razor wire is Nogales, Mexico. Actually has the exact same name. This is the same city, just two different countries. You know, Nogales, Arizona, Nogales, Mexico. And I'm here because I want to break some myths about immigration in this country. There's a lot of things that statists try to sell you as ideas that are actually nothing more than scare tactics or false statistics and things that aren't true. And so let's talk about this. First, if you ask people who live here,
this is like getting the enlightening from Paul Prediger. He's going to give us the facts. Give us the facts.
Or know the community here. People who are coming to this country just want to work for the most part. They are not seeking to take our welfare. And in fact, you're 3 times more likely to go into a welfare program as a native born citizen than as a migrant. And so the truth is a lot of these folks are actually working. They use a fake social security number because they don't have documentation. So they pay into the system and they never get those benefits back. And so when we're talking about immigration here, we need to understand this, that these people are just trying to seek a better life. And when you see fences like this, these kinds of things belong more in, dystopian, totalitarian states.
Oh, not on a border to stop people from coming in here. No. We need to tear down our borders.
Like East Germany, that would separate East and West Berlin.
As opposed to having just no border at all.
Prevent commerce. These walls prevent peaceful people from being able to move freely about and spend their money or their labor or their time either in Mexico or here in the United States. And I think it's wrong to be denying anybody the ability to move freely unencumbered without much difficulty. This is why we need Ellis Island style of immigration. You should be able to come through a port of entry.
We don't have immigration, right? There's no such thing as immigration anymore. This is what the would-be Libertarian Party presidents.
One of these, there's a port of entry right here behind me. You should be able to come right through there and give your name, basically do a basic criminal background check.
You just said you should tear down the wall. Tear down this wall. It looks like Berlin.
And get in here to be able to come here to work or visit or do whatever you want to do. And so I'm going to keep fighting for more peaceful immigration and to tear down walls just like this one behind me.
Tear it down. How is that having a port of entry? Why would anyone come to a port of entry Tear down walls, Chase.
First off, if you travel just a few miles out of town, there is no wall, there's no fence. So what good does it do to develop this?
Yeah, that's why we need more wall.
Scary razor wire covered structure, other than to try to put fear and intimidation into voters, into the people, and let the government have more and more control over our lives and the lives of free people who just.
Oh yeah, that's what it's control over the lives of Americans. Razor wire on our borders. It's just that's what it's for.
Come here and put down their roots and start their American dream. And so I'm going to fight for freer and more open immigration so that Nogales, Arizona,
more open,
and Nogales, Mexico,
more open, less borders, more open immigration. So that's one platform. This is you can tell this dude's a winner. You know, he's a winner. What else he got for us? Oh, let's see what your thoughts are on BLM. Tell us about your thoughts about BLM.
So I'm here to talk about not just the injustice that Cop City brings, but what militarization of police brings to us. I was in the streets in summer of 2020 when we were peacefully protesting the murder of George Floyd, the murder of Breonna Taylor and others. And it was the Atlanta police who decided to bring the tanks rolling down the street and who decided to call in the National Guard. It was y'all who corralled us. It was y'all who were pepper spraying and tear gassing us. It was the police who were pulling people out of their cars and arresting them for no reason other than the fact they were lost on the night of the protest. And so what does the police get in reward for that? $67 million of taxpayer money to fund your facility? That's ridiculous. I don't think it's right to be giving you $1 until you restore trust with the people. And the way you do that is pretty simple. You do that by requiring by ending qualified immunity for the Atlanta City Police so that we can get our day in court when we're done wrong. You do that by requiring your officers to hold liability insurance. So when they do wrong, it
Of course.
It doesn't come out of the taxpayer's pocket.
You jackass. You jackass. They would be respondeat superior and the employer would be responsible. Moron.
From other services, it comes out of the pockets of the police officers who have to pay for those insurance policies.
That's not how it would work at all. If there was no qualified immunity, people would name the employee and the employer, the cop and the city. That's what they would do, invariably, because they would just get a judgment and make all these cops destitute, and you frighten people out of becoming cops, and they would still be going after the city because the city is the pocket. And you always want to sue a pocket, not some broke cop. So no, that would not happen. It would still end up coming out of the taxpayer, jackass.
Policies. If you want to hold police accountable, there's a lot of ways to do it. But
and you don't know any of them. You don't know any of them.
Clear cutting forests so that you can build this facility is a spit in the face of the people who have been out here speaking against it for months and months on end. Take a poll, read the room, listen to the people, and you will see that they don't want this.
Listen to this commie. Listen to him. Listen to him. But he's not just a commie who hates actually having borders. No, 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 no. He has thoughts. He has thoughts. Let's hear his thoughts about trans.
Why do you think that the drag queens want to read to children?
Because I think that they are performance artists and they want to be able to have different levels of performance art. It's the same reason as why do the Wiggles sing to children? Because they want to have a marketplace to kids.
Chase,
they want to be able to. They want to be
the
able
Wiggles,
to.
The Wiggles is made for children. It's obviously family friendly material. Drag queens are not what you call family friendly kind of entertainment.
Okay, but a man in a dress is what drag is. Right? I mean, let's just be real. A man in a dress or a woman.
This is a dude who knows how to read the room. he's telling everyone, learn to read the room. Learn to read the room. Let me explain to you about why that room needs to be filled with children and drag queens.
In a suit is what drag is. Mm-hmm. That is not inherently sexual. There is inherently sexual drag. And you're not going to convince me. I mean, I'm not going to defend otherwise. There absolutely is.
Oh, is there?
But there's also the ability to perform as a man in a wig without being sexual. And that is what this is. And I guarantee you, if you act like I said, I went for myself because I was like, why are there people protesting this thing? I want to see what this drag queen story time is myself. And I want to see what it is. And nothing sexual was going on.
Nothing.
And I think that is the truth.
And the idea is because they want to stir conversation with little kids saying, Why is that man wearing a dress and a wig?
99% of this. And I think
that's what they want to have 3-year-olds talking about.
Would you take your kids to a drag queen story hour? Or would you drop?
I would perform at a drag queen story. Look at the dude. Look at the dude. He looks like he literally just pulled off his wig and came on for an appearance here.
Would you drop him off at a drag queen story hour?
Tell me he didn't just literally just whip his wig off and just say, "Oh, okay, I'm ready to make my appearance on the Wake Up America show." Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Would you take your kids? I did 20 minutes ago. He loved it. I took off my wig and popped on your show.
I don't think that's what happens. Most of the time, the parents are right there with the kids. But
I'm asking you, would you drop your kids off at a drag queen story hour and come back an hour later?
I mean, would you drop your kids off at a movie? Yeah.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So apparently, it seems to me that the Libertarian Party said, look, we're not going to officially nominate Donald Trump. We're just going to make sure that every libertarian votes for him by instead nominating this dude. We're going to nominate this dude so that every libertarian basically is like stuck saying, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. The biggest favor in the world. If you're Joe Biden, you're like, F you, Libertarian Party. Damn you to hell. Oh my God. On CNN, they must be like tearing their hair out. Do you know how many states Trump lost because it was eaten up by the Libertarian Party? Do you know how many states he lost? I think there's like 7 states he lost because of the Libertarian Party. It was definitely the difference in the election. Definitely the difference in the election. I mean, obviously everyone could talk about the fortification, all that other stuff, and perhaps there would have been, 82 million votes. We can speculate about that all day, and it's hard to argue. But based on the final tallies that were presented, I don't know. If Chase Oliver was there, Trump wins 2020 based on the numbers that came out. Because I'm sorry, nobody's voting for that dude. Nobody's voting for that dude. You have to see how he's getting killed. Killed on Twitter. Oh my God. Hilarious. It's hilarious. Let's see what we got here. Before we close this out, we got all these different things that we already covered. His new Secretary of Defense. Chase Oliver's new Secretary of Defense. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's what it's going to look like. The Ron Paul libertarians are all like, damn it, I'm forced to vote for Trump. Damn it all to hell. You know that Liberty Lockpad is like, now I have to vote for Trump, you schmucks. Oh my God. Oh my God. Cat Turd says, I knew the Chase Oliver parody accounts would start this morning. LOL. The age of consent is too damn high. Oh my God. Congrats to Libertarian presidential nominee Chase Oliver. Here's how he feels about this is Chase Oliver as far as his free speech, whole libertarian policy, free speech. Bye, Donald Trump. Glad you're banned. Sorry, not sorry. Accountability, 25th Amendment now. There you go. Oh my God. What a remarkable man. What a remarkable man. The LPL is proud to announce our next president, Chase Oliver. Yes, your next president. Yes. This was the best, though. Breaking. Libertarian presidential nominee Chase Oliver has announced his running mates. Oh my God. Libertarian Party is in disarray. In disarray. Oh my God. Such disarray. Here he is with his stupid big belt buckle. Heading to a dude ranch. Here he is with his drag queens. Supports the woke agenda, transitioning children, masks, and mRNA, gene therapies, and exposing minors to drag queens. Ah, man, this was the best. This is the best thing that could have happened to Trump. This is the best thing. They weren't going to nominate him, but oh my God, this was amazing. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, there you go. Chase Oliver. The wild card. The wild card factor. Wasn't he? Is this a streamer dream? Wake me up. No, this is amazing. What is his name? Lex Luthor? Oh, Gage Grosskreutz. Yeah, he does have a Lex look to him. This is a good thing. Chase Gang now just sent over the right libertarians to Trump. Oh, hey, indeed it is. I agree with you. I agree with you. He's not getting 1%. He's not getting 1%. Would his partner be the first power? Seems like you're allergic to this guy's horse crap. Yeah, I do have a cold. Like I said, I take offense. The Berlin Wall was death sentence. Very few made it. I know, of course, I was there. No comparison at all. No. Chase Oliver is fake and gay libertarian. This dude's kid looks at Barbie. This guy would have him on hormone blockers before the day was done. Even his name is sus. Chase Oliver. Tone it down. Yeah. I guess it's better than Hans Oliver, but he's only Chase Oliver. Oliver's too fast. Anyone voting for this dude needs to have their hard drive checked. Yes. Yes. Indeed. Indeed. If anything, he may pull votes from Biden. That's a good point. He might. He really might pull votes from Biden. That's a great point. Every cycle, libertarians have a chance to nominate someone good and sane, and they pick some a-hole with rainbow sleeves or a boot on his head. This dude, that dude is amazing. He's amazing. So there you go. There you go. All right. I guess it's time that we take a look. I haven't looked over at Rumble like, I don't know, in a while. Let me look at the ghetto, make sure I didn't miss anything. Am I good? Am I good? It's sort of like when I haven't looked at Rumble in a while, so I have like this thing where like, obviously like everyone wants Rumble rants, right? Why wouldn't I? But then I'm like, I'm going to feel guilty if I missed one, and it was like 45 minutes ago. So it's like, I'm almost like hoping not to see one, which is like the weirdest thing for a podcaster to ever be hoping. But it's true. But yes, keep my eye on that. Keep my eye on Rumble. In the live chat here. Who is this? Sorry. I was just laughing because in locals someone made reference to the angry dwarf dude behind Gage Grosskreutz. The entire time. So angry. So angry. I'm not sure if that's a dude. I don't know what that is. I don't think that's a dude. It does look like Grumpy. 21st century Grumpy. Oh, gosh. I guess it's time. My cold is still bothering me. But let's check out Donald Trump being interviewed by Tim Pool. All right.
Cast News on Twitter and Instagram. I'm HannahClaire.B on Instagram. I'm HannahClaireB on Twitter. Thanks so much for this conversation.
Yeah.
Hi, President Trump.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Donald J. Trump.
When I was watching this, it was at this point that I was like, maybe he's really not coming. Maybe this whole thing was just a great troll by Tim Pool.
Good. Mr. President, this is your seat we have for you right here. How are you? I'm very good. Nice to see you. We met at Mar-a-Lago a couple weeks ago. I remember. Yeah. You complimented my face. I really do appreciate it. Your beauty. Thanks for sitting down. I really do appreciate it. So I know you don't have a lot of time, so I'll just we'll jump right in. Okay, good. We had a couple polls we went over on the show, on our show, IRL. Young people, surprisingly, immigration is a top issue for them now. I was talking to a young guy, he's 26. He says he's watching what's going on in New York. He owns a business. He can't afford to buy his own house. He struggles to be able to support a family. And I know that you've said that there's going to be the largest deportation effort in your next term. How do we do it? So
Great. I love the fact that Tim. I have not watched this yet. I'm watching this. You're getting my first impression on this as live right here, right now. I like the fact that he just jumped right in. And he's like, look, I got a limited window. Let me grab every minute I can. And I like this question because it's a policy question, which is, it sounds like a tough question. It's not a softball at all. Like, how are you going to do it? Okay, you're going to mass deportation. What does that mean? Like, how would that manifest? I like it.
Millions and millions of people are coming into a country, and it's not necessarily exactly what we want or had in mind. They have open borders where people just flow in, and many of those people are coming from prisons. Many of those people, frankly, are murderers and they're drug dealers, and they're coming from mental institutions, and they're coming from places that are not going to work very well. It's not going to be very good for our country. So we're going to start with that, and we have to get them out. No country can sustain what we're going through. I believe the number is 15, 16 million, could even be 17 million people right now. That's more than.
But that's not answering the question. He's like, how are you going to do it, though? We're on the same page. It's necessary, but how are you going to do it, really?
That's bigger than almost all of our states.
I think it's freaking out young people. How do we do it, though? I mean, is it going to be new personnel?
It will really be done with local police. You know, the respect has been taken away. The honor has been taken away from our police forces. They're not allowed to do anything. And whether it's libertarian or not libertarian, you have to have law and order. You can't have 500 people walking into a department store and just walking out with everything they have. And we have to give honor and respect back. And I believe immunity because, so often.
So to be fair, I don't know how that's answering the question. He has no authority over local police. So I don't know how that would work. Like what could, even if he would sign an executive order, like you can't empower, he has no authority over local police. So it's a little weird how that's actually answering the question. I think he's dodging. I don't know if he has an answer.
When a police person does their job, they end up with no pension, they end up with no house. This
is an interesting thing. I prefer if you're not talking all caps. I understand you're trying to get my attention. This is an interesting idea. If you make it a jailable offense to employ an illegal, then they will leave by themselves. Jail one business owner will end illegal immigration. It's an interesting idea. That is an interesting idea. That is similar to this. This is less aggressive. But if you make it a jailable offense and you actually start prosecuting it, yeah, they won't be able to earn. People will start saying you're heartless. You're offering free deportation. And you say, look, you can't earn here.
End up with no family. Everything's taken away from them. They have to get their own lawyer. So we're going to give them back their dignity and their strength. The local police know the criminals that we're talking about. They know their first name, their middle name, and their last name. They know everything about them. And we're going to have to let them do that. And they will bring them in. We have no choice. And these are in many cases, and this is from all over the world, not just South America, which is big enough. but they're coming in from the Congo. They're coming in from all parts of Africa. They're coming in from all parts of Asia, and it's an invasion into our country, and no country can handle this. So we're going to have them taken out. Local police, we're going to work very closely with the local police, and it's been done before. We had Dwight Eisenhower, believe it or not, did the biggest deportation. He pretty much stopped it. Strange that we mentioned Eisenhower because you don't think of him that way, but he did a massive deportation where people were pouring in.
The next big question that
Eisenhower deportation. See, this is not something I've ever heard anyone say. Put those two words together in a sentence. Eisenhower deportation. Oh my God. Oh my. Do you know what the operation was called? No one type. No one. No. Oh my, I think I just got demonetized. I'm simply saying it was called wow. I can't even say this. I can't even say this out loud. So the operation, which I'm just going to call Operation Deportation, was an immigration law enforcement initiative created by Joseph Swing, the director of the United States. The program was implemented in June 1954 by Attorney General Herbert Brownell. The short-lived operation used military-style tactics to remove mixed immigrants, some of them American citizens, from the United States. Though millions of Mexicans had legally entered the country through joint immigration programs the first half of the 20th century, and some who were naturalized citizens who were once native, Operation Deportation was designed to send them to Mexico. The program became a contentious issue in Mexico-United States relations, even though it originated from a request by the Mexican government to stop the illegal entry of Mexican laborers into the United States. Legal entry of Mexican workers for employment was at the time controlled by the Bracero program, established during World War II by an agreement between the U.S. and Mexican governments. Wow. Well, it's definitely not going to be that name. That's for sure. There's definitely going to be. Wow. Operation Catapult has. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Wow. Wow. It's not crazy. It's just back then. You could say that sort of thing. I think Tim, I like the way Tim started this interview, and I like the fact that he actually had a follow up, and I was like, yeah, you didn't really answer my question. So far, I'm giving him a 10 out of 10 on this.
There's two components to this. The first is many of the libertarians here, we want to see firings. We want to see in the bureaucracy corrupt individuals, the bloat. On top of that, without getting into the specifics for obvious reasons, the things that they're doing to you with the court system is not just to you. It is to me. It is to everyone who voted for you in 2020. Are we going to get some good personnel in as Attorney General, Deputy Attorney General, and in the CIA, and see some prosecutions?
So we had some great people because our trade numbers were fantastic. The jobs we did on trade, the jobs we did, frankly,
they should make me Attorney General.
In the military, underneath the terrible television generals who were absolutely terrible, but we have incredible people. You know, we defeated ISIS, and we had no new wars because they were concerned with us. I had no wars at all. I finished off a war that we were in for 20 years, but we had no wars. And we have to get the right people. It's all about the people. So when I first came here, I was only in Washington 17 times in my life. All of a sudden, I'm president. And I really knew nobody. I relied on people. Some were good, some were rhinos, some gave us some bad advice. And generally speaking, we had very good people. But we had some that we have to do better. Attorney General, we have to get a great Attorney General. And I'd work with the Libertarian Party on that. I think it's very good because, you know, I view the Libertarian Party as almost a party of common sense, largely of common sense. And I say that about the Republican Party, too. We're a party of common sense. You want borders, but you want fairness. You want a lot of things that a lot of other people don't talk about. So we will work with a lot of people to get the right people in. The difference is I now know sort of everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm not having to be relying on people that I didn't know very well and listen to their recommendations. And I think we're going to have phenomenal people. I know the people. I know the good ones, the bad ones, the weak ones, the strong ones. I think we're going to have great people.
We're friends with Kash Patel. He was
That was and that, I mean, that sort of implicitly answers the question, like, you know, last time you chose crap people. So now this is why you should have confidence that I'll have better choices now, which is logical what he said. That, like, you know, now he has enough experience to know, hopefully, the good from the bad, the wheat from the chaff. I don't know. Historically, he's not been great in that area. That would be hilarious. It would be hilarious. You marching back home using the military like Pakistan did. You don't say it and don't let the media near it. Moisture affected. Trying is challenged. If he deputized local police and did joint operation with ICE as a force multiplier. Okay, I guess. I'm Mexican Native American by the rules of the left. I can give you a pass. Thank you. Pass granted. Oh, Shiloh, you're awesome. You see, I got a pass. Please make sure I stay monetized. This definitely went yellow. I definitely went yellow on that one. This is the yellow that I won't challenge. If they send me yellow on this one, I'll be like, yeah, I guess I earned that one. I guess I earned that one. Am I yellow? Am I yellow yet? Should I check that out? It definitely went yellow. Oh, I need to check on my poll here. My poll was, do long rants hurt Joe's growth? 12% of you saying, 13% now saying yes. But 3 times as many, nearly. 35% say, I'm only here for the rants. And almost 40% say rants enhance, not an essential. And 14% say coming back a little, not entirely. So you kind of lost on that as far as long rants hurting my growth. And I will tell you this, thank God, of late, I've been growing. I have been growing. Maybe it's the coverage, maybe it's the Raquetta story, or which is possible. Maybe it's the Good Lawgic versus Merchan action that's still pending, which you can support at givesendgo.com/ungag-Trump. Maybe it's the cartoon who just reminds people and says, hey, run on up there. You don't even have to go running on stairs and go jumping up to hit that subscribe button. Just hit it. And while you're here, just check out goodlogic.locals.com so you know where to find me. So there you go. I don't know. So thank God my numbers are actually going up. I'm over 97.5 right now. Well, coming into this show, I was over 97.5. Maybe I'll get to 97.6. Who knows? Maybe 97.7. Maybe 98. Should we check? I'm gonna check now I need to check my numbers. Let me see what my numbers are. Now I'm curious. I'm working. 97.593. Oh, so close to 97.6. 97.593. That's exactly where I'm at this moment. Definitely I got to 97.6. All right. Let's go forward.
On the show just before you, and that gives me a lot of confidence.
I know the good ones, the bad ones, the weak ones, the strong ones. I think we're going to have great people.
We're friends with Kash Patel. He was on the show just before you, and that gives me a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
Kash is great. Dude is smart. Everything about him. I'm a big fan of Kash Patel.
Well, Kash is fantastic.
Yeah,
he's an example of a good one.
Yep.
We have some great people, but Kash was a great example. Devin Nunes, as you know, he's fantastic.
Absolutely.
We have so many great people.
So when it came to foreign policy, I'll be honest, I didn't vote for you in 2016. I was jaded. Obama let me down. I'm from Chicago. I thought 2016 was silly. And then in 2020, with the timeline for getting out of Afghanistan,
right?
When you tried to get our troops out of Syria, my question is, why are we in Syria? Who even knew?
Yeah.
And they lied to you and they lied to us about the number of troops in there. And so maybe it's a bit blunt for me to say I want to see people prosecuted for the lies of the American people. But in terms of foreign policy, perhaps it's a little bit of a biased interview, but I think you're the greatest president of my lifetime.
I appreciate it.
And ending the wars that we should not have been involved in. Now the fear is World War III.
Yeah.
What are you looking at when you enter your next term to stopping the escalation?
Well, first of all, I'm the only one that is going to stop World War III, because this man can't put two sentences together. He doesn't know what he's doing, doesn't know where he is. And amazingly, it seems like he's going to be running. You know, it's a lot of people say, do you think he'll make it to the starting gate? Well, we'll see what happens. But if you look at Viktor Orban, because we don't want to see wars. I don't want to see wars. I was in no wars other than we finished a war with ISIS and we completed it, 100% complete. But I don't want to see wars. I think it's so horrible, so unnecessary, so costly in terms of lives and money in that order, and destroying these countries. You know, you're destroying culture. When you look at Ukraine, that would have never happened if I were president. You look at the October 7th attack on Israel, it would have never happened.
Why are I look at your policies, I see secure the borders, bring jobs back. I look at the Democrats and many Republicans, and it's foreign war and foreign expansion.
That's right.
What is that?
I think it's just a failed mentality. It's crazy. You can solve problems over a telephone. Instead, they start dropping bombs. I see recently they're dropping bombs all over Yemen. You don't have to do that. You can talk in such a way where they respect you and they listen to you. Viktor Orban of Hungary, you know, the leader, they call him a strong man. Who cares if he's a strong man or not a strong man? He's a very powerful guy. He said the problem the world has is that Donald Trump is no longer president. When he was president, China didn't play around, Russia didn't play around, nobody played around, and we had no problems. Today, the whole world is on fire.
I heard that funny, there's a conversation from a phone call where you said that there was they maybe thought there was a 5% chance you'd nuke them. And so they kept them in line. It's kind of scary to think about, but you take a look at the weakness we have now.
But that's the thing. That's the thing at the end of the day. Even if the reason that they're kept in check, that Putin's kept in check or Xi is kept in check is because they're terrified that Trump is a lunatic, so what? They're kept in check. That's the point.
With Ukraine and the money that we are wasting, you know, I'll bring it back to the economy. This young guy I was talking to about immigration. Actually, I'll put it this way. There's a viral video where a young man screaming that we're sending hundreds of billions to a country no one's ever heard of.
Right.
And young people are hurting in this country. Do you see any direct economic policy that is on your list for 2025?
Direct economic, but also direct in terms of warfare. We're spending hundreds of billions of dollars all around the world. But
hey, I want to say hello to all you Knights of Camelot. Welcome. It's good Lawgic. Maybe my timing was actually really good there. I don't know. Was I a minute too early when I said how like I'm barely just under 97.6 thousand, punching my way towards 100,000. See, I'm such a boomer that I do stuff like that where I hide my cartoon behind super chats, because that's how we roll here. That's how we roll. God bless you, my brother Camelot. Thank you. Appreciate you. So yeah, if you're here, if you can subscribe, maybe check out goodlogic.locals.com so you know where to find me. That would be awesome. So, and welcome. Thank you for popping in. Appreciate it. And when Reno says cancel Western money, I should get rid of that, right? Should get rid of that whole little dancing cartoon guy. Cancel Western Union money transfers and enforce e-verify work rules. Cancel $5,000 a month money cards and phones. You'll see a 50% self-deport. That would be nice. That'd be nice. And then we got, oh my gosh, you can't write stuff like that. You can't write that. Oh, how did they let you write that? I can't even believe it. Oh my gosh. Operation Binger removed 1.2 million American Mexican male citizens while leaving their wife and kids in America. One of the worst decisions in our country's history. Say de El Paso. Yeah, I didn't really love what I read about that operation. I didn't really love what they wrote. Maybe the part about militarizing our local police. Okay. That I can understand. But yeah, definitely name change. Definitely a name change. Oh my God. I can't believe. If you need to look it up, I can't pull it up if you just joined from Camelot stream. But Trump mentioned Eisenhower's operation that was designed to deport Mexicans, and the name of the operation was Operation Mexican Slur. It really was. It was like, oh my gosh. If you're familiar with with a skit from the Chappelle Show with a with a certain family, and at the end they meet a Mexican family by a certain name. That's the name of the operation right there. Oh my God. Ungag the gagged. Amen. And if you're new here, that's a reference to my lawsuit where I am suing the judge in Trump's criminal trial, Judge Merchan, for his unconstitutional gag order. In this case, is Good Lawgic versus Merchan. It's in the First Department, awaiting decision still to this day. Awaiting decision from the First Department. If you want to help support my efforts, because we are going to be going all the way to Supreme Court on this, you can go to www.givesengo.com/ungag Trump. Link is referenced down below there and pinned in the chat. So you can learn more about it over there. I'm not going to go through that. Operation Voldemort. That's not bad. That's better. It's a better name than bring back Eisenhower's name. That's never going to fly. That would be a bad political move for Trump to call it by the same name. In honor of Eisenhower, we decided to bring back Operation. Oh my God, Operation Kite. Yeah.
You look at Ukraine, we're giving all of this money. Europe, which is much more affected by that war than us, is spending just a tiny fraction of what we're spending. And you say, does anybody at least get involved in this? But more importantly, I will end that war. I'll get it ended. Putin respects me. Zelensky respects me. I know all the players, and I want to get that war ended. It's a horrible war. It's a terrible, there's no good war, but that's a horrible war. And to think it would have never started. It would have never started. If the election turned out like it should have turned out, that war would have never started. I mean, and you know, the number of lives we're talking about is far greater than the numbers that you hear. When they blow up a town, or when they blow up these buildings, these massive buildings, surprisingly, I mean, these are big, that was my business. These are big, powerful buildings. And they come tumbling down to the ground and they say nobody was injured. A lot of people were killed. Yeah. And the numbers are a lot different than you think. When you will see that happening. When those numbers really get announced, you're going to see it's much worse than people think.
Here at the
it's actually like when that came up in Congress when they were talking about how many Russians were killed in the Ukrainian war, and they were like, "Well, how many Ukrainians were killed?" Oh, we can't answer that question. It's like, but then how do you know you're winning? Why would you think you're winning? You're not even telling us how many Ukrainians were killed? Because a lot more Ukrainians have died than Russians. It's not even close. It's not even close. That war is a debacle.
Libertarian Party National Convention. They had one of their, I believe one of their presidential nominees said he wants to see Fauci, the heads of Moderna, Pfizer, Biden, and you locked up for what happened during COVID. I don't agree with them, but there is a big sentiment. Elon Musk tweeted, prosecute Fauci. Fauci lied to Congress about the gain of function research that was going on. And now we have testimony.
Well, I'm the one that stopped the funding, and this was funding from before me. I'm the one that stopped the funding. Fauci wasn't a big player in my administration like he was after I left. I mean, Biden made him the king of everything. And if you take a look at that,
he was the biggest voice while you were president. Let's face it. He was the biggest scientific voice. There's no question.
Fauci was not the big player.
But I mean, yes, he didn't go along with everything Fauci said. Unlike Biden, who was basically turning his administration over to Fauci. It's splitting hairs, though. We all learned Anthony Fauci's name in 2020 while Trump was president.
With me, that he was. And in fact, I did things that he didn't want to do. He wanted to keep it open to China. I said, you got to close it to China because it was all coming out of China. It was coming out of Wuhan, which I said right at the beginning. But the other thing is, and what people don't realize, I believe in federalism. I gave the power to governors. Some governors did a great job. In all cases, they were Republicans. And some, like in South Carolina, Henry McMaster, kept everything open. Others didn't. The Democrats did a bad job, very bad job. But basically, I gave that power over the states. I gave it to the governor. I gave it back to the states. And I think it's something which, when people realize that, it's something that they respect.
Will there be accountability for the lying to Congress when you get to a point.
And there was a lot more federal control after he left office. All those different orders, which I can't even talk about this or the propriety thereof, without YouTube literally yanking away my right to speak. So this is the one area that I'm very, very careful because I don't know anything about medicine. I don't even know what medicine is. You shouldn't be taking my medical advice. You should be talking to a doctor about what medicine is right for you. But all the stuff that came out on a national level was all under Biden. That was not under as far as any national requirements. I'll let you fill in the blanks. That was all under Biden. That's true.
Deputy AG.
Yeah, and we'll take a look at statute of limitations because, you know, the statute of limitations are quite long, and we're going to be looking at that very seriously. Yeah.
I got one big question for you. So part of my family comes from Korea.
Good.
And you did what I think is one of the most tremendous things. You crossed the demilitarized zone into North Korea with no security as a sign of goodwill and peace with the hostile nation. And I've had people tell me it never happened. So I think people need to know about it. I'm wondering if you can just tell me how did that happen? How did it come to be?
And it hasn't happened since.
Yeah.
And when I met with, you know, with the handoff, you sort of meet with the previous president for a period of time. The meeting lasted for quite a while with President Obama. You sit in the Oval Office and you talk, and the press is outside, and you talk for a little while. He said the single greatest threat we have is North Korea. And I said, have you called them? Have you tried to talk to them? You know, little things like that. And didn't matter what the answer was. He felt that was the single biggest threat in the world was North Korea. And as you know, there was certain hostility when I first started, and all of a sudden it boiled down to something that was very beautiful, the way it happened. And I got along with him very well. And I will say that if Hillary won that race, you would have had a nuclear war and millions of people would have been killed. And you weren't even close to that. It never happened. It was never going to happen. I got along great with him, and it just never was going to happen.
Were you at all scared in any way when you crossed into an enemy country?
Well, I wouldn't say that Secret Service was thrilled. And in those blue buildings, there were lots of people in those buildings that I looked at. You know, the two blue buildings on each side with the windows. And I looked in those windows, and there were a lot of things happening in those. Someday I'll tell you about it. But no, I felt very safe. I felt my relationship with him, as you know, was very hostile. Little Rocket Man and all that. But then all of a sudden it morphed. He respected me. I respected him. And we ended up, once we got to know each other, we ended up very good. A very smart guy, very strong guy. He's the absolute leader of that country. You know, for those that think he's not, they're wrong. And I got to know him very well. I even did a press conference. He never did a press conference before. I said, would you like to do a press conference? And we did a press conference, if you remember. And then he said, that's the end of the press conference. And boom, everybody was pretty radically thrown out. But it was a press conference, the only press conference he's ever done. I got along with him great. We had no nuclear war. You would have had a nuclear war guaranteed. And you won't if we have the right president, if we have somebody that knows what he's doing, you're not going to have World War III. If, on the other hand, we don't, you're going to end up in World War III, and it's going to be a war like no other because of the power of weaponry.
Many have actually been saying we're already in it. The Hill published a piece saying we are in World War III and Biden is losing it. And so my hope is I don't see any logical path for a Biden presidency to fix the economy, to fix anything.
He can't fix any. He can't fix himself.
Yeah.
Can't fix anything.
He had a new one the other day, Pack-a-lack. I don't know if you saw that. He was muttering on TV, something like that. Now, crypto.
You know, by the way, I just so you know, I know all the leaders. They're at the top of their game. They're sharp. They're tough. They're smart. They love their country, or they do whatever they have to for their country at a minimum. And when they see this guy come in, I think they can't believe it. I know they can't believe it. It's not the right person.
So we'll do a couple quick ones. We don't have much time. You announced you're taking cryptocurrency.
What we're doing is we're backing it as a form of, as a field. And we have to, because otherwise somebody else is going to be doing it from another country. And as you know, they're already trying. And it's going to happen, and we're going to help it happen. And it's something that can be very good. I think it can be very good.
No central bank digital currencies.
No digital, no central bank.
And one more big one. Will you pardon Julian Assange?
Well, I'm going to talk about that today, and we're going to give it very serious consideration. And we're going to have a couple of other things to say in the speech that I think you're going to love.
I've heard some rumors.
And you've gotten so much out of me, I should leave a little bit for the speech, don't you think?
Mr. President, it is an honor and a privilege. I
My
really do
honor.
appreciate you sitting
And
down
you're
with
very
me.
respected, I have to say. When I
you.
did a little research,
Yeah.
and some of my guys said, and I met you before, but
Yeah.
they said just a very respected guy. It's my honor. Even though we're keeping that big crowd, that's the biggest crowd they've ever had. We're
Yeah.
keeping them waiting just for this interview. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. Shall we?
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very much. Great. Thanks. That was fun.
You got my vote.
Way better win. We're not gonna have a country.
Yeah. We're excited. Oh, thank you.
I gotta tell you,
We're friends with Junior and Kat.
I gotta tell you, I think he did a really good job. I think he did a really good job.
Thanks for hanging out. Make sure you smash that like button.
I am gonna smash that like button because I think he did a phenomenal job. Really, great job, Tim. I'm gonna smash that like. Great job. You should know. That was great job in a limited time. He's asking questions you don't hear every day, like how do you plan on going after this? How do you plan on deporting so many people? Asking about his trip to Korea. You don't hear him talking about that very often. Asking him about the personnel he's going to be bringing in. All in all, great job. Really great job. Didn't grab him by the beanie or anything. Everyone was talking about the fact that he wore a beanie for interviewing the president. You know what? That's his branding. I don't judge him on that. I don't judge him on that at all. Great job. Great job all around. All right. I think that is our show. I would appreciate if while you're here, you can give a like, maybe a subscribe, because that is what the cartoon's going to tell you to do. That's what he loves telling you to do. It's just almost like on loop. It's practically on loop. So there he goes running on up there. That guy. Should I share this with you? Should I share it? Maybe for next time. We'll talk about this next time. We'll talk about this next time. Maybe next time. A little teaser. All right. That's my show for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back here, God willing, tomorrow. Oh my God. Master Phillips hitting with the 50 good Lawgic memberships. Okay, there's a lot of new folks in the chat tonight. A lot of new folks in the chat. So they might not realize the show is called The Following Program. People become followers. So we got 50 new followers. Who did he bring in here? Oh my God, I was just about to wind down and just wrap everything up. And the next thing I know, I got 50 new followers I got to welcome on in here. 50 new followers. I appreciate if you can give extend your courteous gratuity to Master Phillips, bringing on 50 people. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to read all these off. Okay, the following people gifted memberships. BLT. I remember you, BLT. Been a little while, my brother. Welcome back. Gifted membership, courtesy of Master Phillips, as well as here we go. GF Shlomo Ishtov, Zach Matuzik, Dr. D's Nuts Audio Joe, Faith Hubbleson. I might miss some people. Justin Goodearth, Kelly Waller, Donald Denise, Charlie 18, CC Denise, Mindy Astone, Omni Waves, Carrie, Dawn Satterthwaite, Prince V1, Prince Vibes, I think that's what it is. Arkansas Labs. Hey, how you doing, Arkansas Labs? Waiting for Summer, Drew M, Sherry Smith Perry. Oh my God. Chris Sawyer, DJ Watchik, Ice Cut, Melody, Jules, Samantha H, Human Carlos, Jennifer. Oh, did I forget to put this up? I did forget to put this up. This is all courtesy of Master Phillips. Oh my gosh. Mona Moon, YOT 13, Pre-Drag Miskovich, Elkita, Sputter Scott, The Red Beanie, Josh, Patty Cakes, Elisar Musali, Lex Cook, Mr. Beard, Eureka Hope, D. Walt, Corey Cast, RM, Carolyn Hebert, Love America, Captain Zap Brannigan. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so confused now. I'm getting confused because I see what happened here. I see what happened. Sherilyn, it jumped on me. Oh my God, chain of custody. Corey Cast, Ellis Armuza. Oh my gosh. And in addition, not letting me go. You guys are not letting me go. Because right after those 50, Andrew Jensen came a new member. And then, great show. Thanks, man. You're very welcome. Andrew Jensen gifting another 50. Oh my God. I'm going to be reading these names off for a while now. I'm going to do my best to catch everyone. If I miss you, I apologize. All right. D. Wall, Corey Cast, RM, chain of custody. Carolyn Habert, I got. Sherilyn. I'm scrolling on down. I'm not even sure who came courtesy of who. Carolyn Schenkel, Ice Dancer. Queen Olive, Tony from Chicago, Jay Thomas, CHD, MK, Mud Duck, Mrs. Hayes, Easy 808, Kiki Dawn, Miss Mr. Rocket Softball, Archiver 37, Sir Jog 21, Tom Forsyth, Rohan Dunt, Crown, Brenda Nemzin, Clifford Barnes, Randy H. Page, CMA. Page is here. It's been a while. Page has been ducking out on me for a while. She's back. I guess she might have been shoved over here, courtesy of Camelot. To be fair, she's like, oh God, I ended up back in good luck. Pope Rackets touched me. Court TV addict John O. My boo, Tug Simp. Hey, Tug Simp is here too. Lisa Daniel, Lisa Holloway, James Chansey, Love America, Captain Zap Brannigan, Michael. This thing's jumping on me. It's jumping on me. It's not used to this. And countless others. All right. Well, thank you, Master Phillips. And thank you, Andrew Johnson. I assume it's Andrew Johnson. I missed Arthur Virgilio Alves. So I need those of you who are new. Okay. So there's a few things I need to share with you. So like I said, the show is called The Following. People who join and become members become followers. And apparently there's this disconnect where people think, oh, if I'm followers, all of a sudden I join some type of cult. So I just want to reassure you that The Following is in no way, shape, or form a cult type of cult. It's not remotely a cult type of cult. In no way, like literally nothing. There's no spaceships, no Kool-Aid, no tracksuits that are mandatory, mild farm work, no goat sacrifices, no squirrel mutilations, no throwing virgins into volcanoes, no smearing blood on the walls, no sticking your head through a door and screaming, here's Johnny, no writing red rum over and over, painting it all over your walls, no dancing to the beat of a tom-tom in the middle of a forest around a bonfire while shucking off your clothing. No self-harm, no harming others, no stabbing yourself with the jabby jab. In no way, shape, or form is The Following a cult type of cult. And I am not the leader of The Following. Say it with me because some people get very, very confused about this one thing. Joe is not the leader of The Following. Thank you. There's t-shirts available. Tracksuits are available, but not mandatory. Not mandatory because, like I said, The Following is in no way, shape, or form a cult type of cult. It's just about personal growth. It's about community, unity, some leadership training, community, unity, leadership training. Not at all a cult type of cult. Not even remotely. So welcome to all you new followers. Please remember, I am not not the leader of the following. I thank you all for joining me. And I hope you'll enjoy your stay. And personal growth, big part of everything here. Personal growth is big. I was hoping at least for some no, there's no Kool-Aid. There's no Kool-Aid. Okay? No Kool-Aid. I will share with you this, okay? I do have a locals, which is goodlogic.locals.com. That's where I share my notifications. Sometimes I have streams and stuff like that and things like of that nature. I have streams where I talk about stuff. I talk about stuff there. People who join here are followers. And locals, the people who join up over there, they're called diggers. The reason that they're called diggers is because, well, basically they're just digging away. They're just doing their own thing. I'm talking and they're just digging in their own little thing there. So they actually got the nickname diggers. Now, I do want to be clear about one thing. Someone sent me this. So this is a digger coin. Actually, see, it says digger. It's hard to see it. Why is it? There you go. It's a challenge shekel with a little picture of a digger there just digging away. And what's very cool is that it has like a picture of like the everyman on the other side of it. It's got a picture of like, you're just typical digger that literally any digger could easily identify with, that has a picture over here on the other side of just like your random digger, like anyone else in the chat there. And yeah, so that's, and it's got the name of the channel, obviously Good Lawgic and the following up there. But so these, so someone sent me these. I got a bunch of them over here. I got a whole bunch of these. So I think I'm probably going to be auctioning these off in the near future. That's probably what I'm going to be doing with them. I'm probably going to be auctioning these off sometime in the future. Each of them are numbered. Like I said, I'm probably going to be doing like one a week of just like auctioning these off, but I sort of need to finalize a couple of things first. So yeah, I just wanted you to be aware that this is not like currency or anything like that. I guess amongst like the diggers, maybe it would be, I don't know. I certainly wouldn't say, but I just wanted you to be aware that that is coming out, and yeah, and there you go. So that's going to be probably later this week is when I'm going to have my first auction, but I'll keep you notified about that on locals in advance. So this way, if someone's interested in taking one of these, they will be available. They're each numbered with a different number, so they're like identifiable in that way. So I keep a little track of them. Anyway, so that's gonna be later in the week. God bless you all. I thank you so much for joining. I thank those of you who helped recruit. Mistress Phillips has been selected. She knows it. Will still lurk, but no more recruiting until further notice. Oh no! Oh no! Well, I appreciate your remarkable efforts. Wait, there's a mistress. I spoke with you. Is it Mistress Phillips? Really? I'm confused. All right. Well, you got to do what you got to do, and I totally respect you and thank you for all your help, because you are the king of recruitment. And welcome aboard as far as like, I got a new captain of recruitment here, Andrew Johnson. God bless you. I appreciate you. Nikki says, I was at least hoping you're not getting Kool-Aid. There's no Kool-Aid here. Nice coin, tunneling to reach for coins. I'll give you $3.50 right now. No questions. Well, like I said, I'm gonna figure out exactly the right way to do it. I gotta figure out the right way to do it. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna see how I'm gonna do that. Like as far as the auction for that. Also, I'm missing one, which is a problem. I was supposed to have one more that was supposed to come to me, but didn't find its way here. But I'm gonna sort all that out, and I'll start probably kicking those out like one a week or something like that. All right. That is our show for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, goodlogic.locals.com. I think I'm probably going to cross over into like 95.6. That's got to happen. But please, if you're here, like and subscribe. I will see you all tomorrow evening. Till then, my friends, thank you so much for joining me. I love hanging out with you guys. You're awesome. No matter how hard they try to sell it to you, part of the problem in living in a commie society is that they're always trying to sell you, fill your head with new ideas. And they're going to try and make it look so tempting. You'd be like, wow, that looks good. Wow, that looks so. No matter how they wrap it, package it, cook it, saute it, whatever they do with it, Do not eat the bugs. Do not eat the bugs. I thank you for joining me. Have a good night. And as always, Godspeed.